Hello fellow YouTubers, my name is Nick and I'm not wearing any pants. So this is the second video we have here of From Dust. It'll be about a 10-minute playthrough here. It's called Ritual. Again, very basic stage. I'm not really going to talk about the gameplay right now. I'm sure there's quite a few videos out there, and if there is something that you want to see, you probably watch it, or but you can definitely check this out. Maybe you're at work, you're bored, just give you something to do. What I do want to talk about is I had a day off of work today. I'm out doing some errands. Part of that was I'm going to get my hair cut. And I'm sure many of you go get your hair cut. You come across the same ladies at the haircut place that do your hair, maybe on a semi-regular basis. They kind of get to know you. At least they remember who you are, where you work, stuff like that. So I had the lady who was doing my hair today, someone that I definitely dealt with before. And she was asking me, she said, well, what do you do on your days off? What's something you do when you're not working? I said, well, basically other than running errands I don't get to do during the week, go out, watch a movie, do some grocery shopping. I said I play video games, I'm a gamer. And she stopped cutting my hair, kind of looked at me a little funny, and was like, you're a gamer? I was like, yeah, I like playing video games, something I enjoy doing with my friends, by myself, things like that. And she says, well, you don't look like a gamer. And that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. So I asked her, I said, well, what's a gamer look like? She goes, oh, I don't know, like really pasty-skinned fat kid. Maybe a grown-up who still lives in his mom's basement, something like that. And it made me realize that just like everywhere else in the world, there are stereotypes for different people. And I guess, it's something you don't always think about. But obviously there's the stereotype for gamers, being this pasty-skinned fat kid living in his mom's basement. I mean, I'm 31 years old. I don't live at home, definitely. Have my job and personal life going, girlfriend. But it made me realize that, if you look at a large majority of people who are gamers, and now I'm not talking about little kids with the squeaky voices, yelling out insults to people on Xbox Live during Call of Duty matches, but when you think about a lot of the people, maybe you go to GameStop or something like that to pre-order a game or go pick something up or just look around. Think about who you tend to see in there. You tend to see maybe the more nerdy or geeky group of everyday life walking around in there, even the people who work there. And it made me realize that this lady told me a stereotype, and I was like, well, that's absolutely ridiculous. But being a gamer, I look around and I see people and I say, well, that person's obviously a gamer, look at him. So I do the same thing, even being a part of the community that this lady was just talking to me about. And it's funny that, when you look around, a lot of these YouTube commentators and stuff, when you actually see them in one of their videos, maybe they show their face, something like that, you're starting to see the people in the community that have more of a public face. They kind of don't fit what the physical stereotype of gamers are. They might tend to be maybe a little, I don't really know. It's just, for instance, Machinima. If you look at the Machinima channels, you get CNanners, Hutch, even Woody's Gamertag. These are, for the most part, young men. Majority of them are not overweight. I don't know if they work out or go to the gym or what they do, but I would say that they're far from heavy. Woody. He has a wife and kids, and has his own experiences from before doing YouTube. And when you look at him, would you ever say, hey, that guy's a gamer, if you just saw him walking down the street? No. So, whereas the face of the community is definitely changing, I guess when you look around, you can still see a lot of that stereotype is still pretty strong. I mean, I'm sure this is something going way back to when it was the computer nerds, before there was even a large gaming community, even back to the 80s. A lot of people think of some nerdy guy sitting in his basement on a computer. So that was just something, it kind of made me think about it a little bit. And, like I said, I'm kind of someone who does the same thing. I definitely am a gamer who looks at some gamers and says, God, what a nerd. But, that's not right. It's a community, and everyone should be, kind of understanding and more open towards people who share a similar interest. So, I guess there's a question for you guys. I know I don't have any, I think I have like 1 subscriber. Maybe a few of you will listen, but if that's something that you've come across, being a gamer, I'm assuming you are, you're watching a video on YouTube about a video game. I would imagine you are a gamer yourself. Have you had any experiences where maybe you are one of those people who kind of fits the stereotype? Or, maybe you've had a similar situation where you tell someone that you're a gamer and they give you a funny look, saying, well, you don't look like someone who plays video games. So that would definitely be interesting, something I'd like to see, maybe see what other situations other people have been through. I know it's definitely a little weird that, maybe you're old enough to go out to the clubs, go to the bars and stuff, and you don't really know people. I guess they have a mental image of what you're like or what you do. And I definitely know people who, don't really know my personal life, that when they find out that maybe that night I'm going to go home from the bar drunk, go play a little Call of Duty with my friends, they kind of give me a funny look and they're like, oh, you play video games? So even though more and more people are doing it, I kind of get a sense that it's still not necessarily a largely socially acceptable thing to do in your free time. I guess people look at it as a waste of time or whatever they do. Maybe something that's not a positive contribution to society. I don't know. But, it's as gaming becomes more popular and more people start to see a monetary value of it, I think you're going to find a lot less people are going to have such a negative image of what being a gamer is. And I mean, we do pretty much live in a very interesting time when it comes to that respect. Think about if you would have been alive 20 years ago. They didn't even really have a term, a gamer. And that would have been back in the days of, Super Nintendo, maybe Sega, things like that. Not to age myself or anything. But, that was something that back then, a video game was a kid's toy. There was, it wasn't something adults did, for the most part, unless maybe they were doing it with their children. But now it's become something that adults do, and, people are making money off of it now, whether it's MLG, Major League Gaming, or, people putting videos on YouTube. Companies actually utilizing YouTube and stuff to bring video games more to light. So yeah, like I said, if that's something that you've ever had an experience with, where you tell someone that you're a gamer and they, maybe how they responded to that, if they had anything to say about it, or what have you. So, just about wrapping up the video here. We've got a little more than a minute left. I appreciate those of you who have checked out the videos so far. This is only my second one in this game series, my third one. My first one was using a Roxio game capture device. I did have some people actually sent me messages asking me what I was using. I am using Roxio video game capture for consoles. They even asked me, what am I using to render? There's software that comes with the device that does all of that. It's very simple. It took me a day to play with it and actually figure out how it works and rendering a video and uploading it to YouTube. But basically, as long as you have a couple hours in a day, you can set up a video. It's pretty simple. Definitely worth checking out. But again, if you stuck through this with me to the end, thank you very much for watching. And hopefully I will have a video up a lot sooner than this last time. I've been kind of slacking. So again, thank you back, and I hope you have a good. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks again for watching.